about time that I let you all in on a little secret. This is my actual voice. And now that I felt how awesome it is to do my video in my normal voice, I don't think I can ever go back to the way it was before.
Just kidding. Was it funny? I don't know. Hey guys, I played hooky today. I wasn't feeling well. I had a great weekend with my family, visiting and everything, and I was just too exhausted to go to work. So I stayed home, and what? No, it didn't have anything to do with the Jonas Brothers being on Ellen today. God. I actually already have recorded reading a diary entry, and I was gonna do one from like way back, so it'd be like really humorous and everything, but then I decided to go way forward and do do an entry from the whole Australia saga that some of you have been curious about. And it's actually, the reason I'm doing this is because I will be participating once again in the National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo. I'll put a link in the sidebar. I'm going to be doing my first autobiographical book, and it's going to be about the Sydney saga. So here's a little teaser from my journal, and it's kind of ambiguous, so hopefully you guys can encourage me throughout the process to keep writing and to keep up on my word count and everything. It would be really cool. Oh, what it is it's a thing that started in San Francisco, I believe, and the goal is to write a 50,000 word novel, which is roughly the size of Catcher in the Rye, so it's not that long. But everybody just does it, and if you do it, you send in your text, and they count the words, and they send you a certificate, and it's happy, and you win. And it's just a good way. The point is to write, and realize that editing comes later. You'll never get out a book if you just sit there and hang on every word that you're writing and want to make it all perfect. Authors just write. They just get it all out, force themselves to do it, and then they look at the pile of shit later and make it into something cool. So I'm going to do the diary thing, but I'm going to put it at the end of the video so that I can not break the flow. If I could either know the future or have like an endless swipe card, like Andy said, that's the interpretation I'm getting. We keep re-explaining this interpretation. I would totally go for the money. I mean, seriously, the future, knowing what was going to happen would get really old and boring. Like, what would be the point of living? And if I had all the money in the world, not all the money in the world, but if I had all the money that I could ever want, you know what? Whoever said money can't buy happiness, you're a moron. Honestly, I don't buy that for a second. Wednesday shall be. Oh, okay, you're back. When I was a kid, I loved food, so it was hard for me to pick something. I just had to like walk around and look at things that I used to eat as a kid, and pick one that looked good. And this looked good, and it was good. Eric, I don't think you asked a question or did a challenge or anything, so that's cool. What does this say? No thing? Nothing. I'm starting to get a little creeped out about about certain people watching this and their ideas. Alex, if I could change anything about my physical appearance, I would be like ridiculously thin, like that's just what I A, find attractive, and B, wish I were, and but like fit, and like like had a six pack and everything, and I would like never have to work out. Can I add that? I'm gonna add that. And also, I'd have absolutely no body hair, none. Like I would keep hair in the head, eyebrows, eyelashes, and I'm good to go. Hey Jared, good job inviting like all the creepy stalkers on the internet to come like stalk you at your school. We totally know where you live. What is the most musical bone? See if I can think of it before. Where's the answer? Cold. A trombone. For questions and challenges, for Amy and Shelby and Alex and whoever is Sunday, are you registered to vote? I feel like this was a question in another channel. Alright, and for Eric, you have a challenge. You have to stare at the camera for 1 minute. Come on. Come on. Humor me. Bye. I don't even know if writing at this point will be good for me. If I keep thinking things like less than 24 hours, I might die or something. Due to being broke and having an hour plus to spare, my only other option is people watching. Believe me, I'll resort to that later. I thought this month was going at such a leisurely pace until this week. Now it's just zipping by. I feel like I have no control over time, or anything else for that matter. I did a lot this month. I got to see some amazing things. It was more than worthwhile. I finally got to meet Riley. We've spent a substantial amount of time together, talking and doing exactly what we both dreamed of doing for a long time. I guess it's probably good, and maybe possible, to step back and look at the bright side, that I was here, for a month, and I now know things that I didn't know before. Things that are essential and wonderful to know. It just scares me to think about returning home, back to the life I've spent many years despising, resenting. I'm afraid I'll get lost in it once again and spiral back into that all too familiar realm of hopelessness and despair. I don't want to deal with work, or school, or consequences, or the cold. I just want to continue here, being who I'm loving to be, being with the person who I am loving to be with. More than anything, things never stay good. Nothing gold can stay. I look to the recent future and I see dread. I see hard work, many shots down, hurt, missing, worry. I look to the even further future and I don't know what I see. I want to see a life here with Riley. I want to see success on both our parts, maybe children, a life full of love. But if I choose to see all this and use Andrew's method of projecting yourself there and then working your way back to the present, I get stuck in this gaping hole of uncertainty. I guess the first thing I should do when I get back to Michigan is research until I find plans A, B, and C, then follow through. It's just going to be easier to let that suffice when I know what plans A, B, and C are. I worry more about the simple fact that for a large amount of time, Riley and I will be apart. I worry for me and for him. I worry that jealousy will drive me mad. I worry that he'll seek the affection that I can no longer provide. I worry that his missing me will affect him in a negative way. I worry that presently undeterminable events will get in the way of our plans to unite, again, and soon. I worry about what my insides will do when I have to get on that plane tomorrow. I worry that I'm worrying away my last day here.